Hey, what's going on YouTube? Climb here. I want to bring you something special when I'm going to show a 1v3 highlight against some friends where I wanted to use the last word in a different capacity than is usually used. So typically from last year 2, we've been using a lot of soft ballistics with perfect balance and aiming down sights. Well, with the release of Rise of Iron, they've changed up how impact rounds, high impact rounds, skip rounds, stuff like that, help increase the range. And so I kind of want to play around with that with the use of last word, and I'm using smart drift control. So that's my setup, right? You can see it right now with high caliber rounds and smart drift control. And what I want to do is highlight how this has affected maybe my gameplay using the firing from the hip feature, right? So that's the main perk with the last word is the increased accuracy. I can't even run past a wall. Is the increased accuracy using hip fire. So I'm going to kind of break down some of these plays and engagements. You'll see a lot of times I'll just be using hip fire instead of aim down sights. But because smart drift control makes the recoil vertical, what it also does is increase the kick. And obviously with perfect balance as well, it decreases my stability pretty significantly. And I have to pace my shots a lot more so. So here you'll see when I'm engaging and my shots are kind of bouncing all over the place. I'm aiming down sights, still pretty close. I'm able to get the headshots, still able to win my engagements. But you can, hopefully, I don't know if you've probably noticed, my recoil is just a lot more, so I had to pace my shots. And I think even here, I get my shots to kind of go over Hallett's head because I was firing too quickly. And but my shots initially were on point. All right, so that's kind of just the setup I wanted to bring, and just noting that I'm going to be, again, doing a lot more hip firing than I am down sights, and just see how accurate that this really can be, how good of a one-on-one engagement this really can become. So I'm going to go into the gameplay breakdown. So I know someone's coming in, floating up how it is, and that was all just hip fire, right? So I saw someone coming, I anticipated the radar change, so I wanted to throw down some smoke to slow them down if they were coming. Still didn't come yet, and so I threw my spike grenade over against the wall to see if I can get a little bit of damage on them as they're still trying to engage me. Since that didn't happen, I just continued backing up, aiming down sights, and when I saw my opponent, then I wanted to just do hip fire. And you can see even here, the hip fire accuracy is just incredible. I'll turn around, then again you'll see me hip fire. I mean, I'm honestly not sure. Sometimes I'll tap it. Sometimes I'll, I'll fan it. And then probably there I was probably tapping it. But you can see like how accurate that is. How quickly that recoil bounces back with the hip firing. I mean, it's almost like year one. I was able to get that crispy headshot with just the hip firing. Throughout this gameplay and the other gameplays, I was trying to utilize this. I was really doing quite well with it, and I was surprised. So again, I just wanted to highlight that. Try changing up this setup. So if you're kind of used to hip firing, you want to actually want to use some gameplay with hip firing. It's pretty cool. All right, so here I totally misread the radar. Didn't react nearly quick enough, and uninspired. It completely destroyed me. It was definitely fair play to him. I just jumped in too quickly, didn't read my radar, and he had a really good jump on me. So now as I reposition, I don't see him on our radar, so I'm going to try to get one long sight line. I see someone's obviously hitting me, so I want to just get out of there. It's the beauty of running a Nightstalker with Shade Step, is that it's a panic mechanic where you're able to just kind of get out of there. So look at that range with just hip firing. I mean, I had 2 headshots at 68 damage just hip firing from that range. Absolutely incredible. It's hard enough getting headshots from that range, aiming down sights with smart drift and perfect balance. It really shocked me. I mean, that particular clip in general really shocked me. So here I'm just kind of panicking, see if I can get a little bit of damage, and honestly I'm booking it out of there. I can't get any damage. I can't get one down and push, so I just want to completely re-engage from a different position. Try to get one singled out as I do here, or someone comes up, singles me out. And you can see my shots are a little bit inconsistent because I wasn't leading him, or I wasn't doing a great job with the hip firing in that sense, but because I was able to slow my shot down, then I was able to actually finish him off as he was coming over. So hopefully you want to notice, even on that last clip right there, where I am trying to snipe down that lower hallway, I don't see anybody there, but I'm backing up. And as I'm backing up, I wanted to get behind that car to try to limit my engagement, right? So I have nothing in front of me to help block some bullets as they're flying towards me in case there is someone there. So I wanted to back up, get into a position where I can. Alright, so here's a great clip where I'm able to actually aim down sights from a distance. So look how slow I'm trying to fire. I'm really trying to get that tap fire go. I'm still trying to get used to this gameplay because this is the first time I tried using this setup with smart drift and high caliber rounds. You can see that the recoil is much more significant. It is vertical, which is the verticality is honestly what is great for the hip firing mechanic versus soft ballistics or aggressive ballistics at the very bottom of it. So then as I'm getting pinched, I completely misread this engagement, couldn't get him down. I'm able to get some shots on using that hip firing, but I just got pinched. So definitely a good engagement on Uninspired and Dash's part, and especially even from that previous clip when Dash had that super sexy shatter grenade on me, shatter grenade. Completely destroyed me, but just part of the 1v3 aspect of it. Lots of panicking, lots of repositioning, and so you see here I'm getting pushed. I wanted to re-engage from a position where they're coming from in front of me. Right? I'm trying to control the engagement. That's the whole point of 1v3s or even 1v2s, is you're trying to be in control of where these guys are coming. So I know one's in front of me. I know one jumped down to try to flank me and did a great job. So here, unfortunately, I couldn't get this pick. I get some heavy damage on me. I'm able to get Uninspired down. I see that someone else has come up behind me and get on my tether, so I'm able to get away. But look how weak I am. And I do a really poor decision where I try to re-engage because I went back out because I got aggressive and I got a little confident because I saw that my tether had gotten someone else, and so I thought that maybe I could strafe around quick enough to where I could get him down, or maybe I should have pulled out my sniper and got that body shot from that tether. But a really poor decision making on my part, which is being too aggressive. Now here is a great decision making where I'm running, right? So again, I'm trying to explain that I want to control where they're coming from. So I want to make sure that they're to my front, and I'm the one that has the advantage in that aspect. So with 3v1s on their side, on my enemy's side, who are great friends of mine, by the way. I don't think I made that disclaimer before. This is not to show off for me, but then this is not to say like, hey, these guys are terrible. These are great friends of mine, and I just want to make sure that I highlight that because they did a great job engaging me a lot of times, pinching me. And so again, those mechanics where I wanted to make sure they're in front of me and instead of them pinching me, right? So when I was running, I did a lot of I saw on my radar, it was kind of everywhere. It's a little chaotic, so I want to just be in control. That's all I'm trying to reiterate. I'm being a little redundant, but I just want to be in control, that they're in front of me and my back. I don't have anyone to my left or my right. So you'll see even maybe in other YouTube videos, either of mine or of just other YouTubers, it's a lot of running, a lot of repositioning, because either one, you're trying to isolate someone to get one down, and then you're kind of in control of that engagement, or you're trying to, again, what I'm doing is get them in front of you so you have a better chance of winning that engagement, getting one down, using cover, stuff like that. And even here I'm using a lot of verticality, a lot of hip firing, try to finish Howlett off, using the aim down sights, and even from previously with Uninspired, that I was able to get him down using nothing but the fast fan firing. So just absolutely holding it down, and you could see how accurate it was. I mean, I couldn't get any headshots, but I wasn't having to worry about the kick and the recoil of aiming down sights nearly as much. So it was really controllable. I mean, I can't recall if I honestly moved my right thumbstick to aim at all. So really cool. So Dash tries to get the jump on me with the crouching mechanic, getting him off radar, and thankfully I was able to get him down. And now that I know that one guy is down, I'm trying to reposition. I saw two guys to my left, to my radar, and I want to make sure that they don't get the jump on me. So I'm repositioning, try to get in front of me, try to get a pick if I can. I see that Dash's orb is gone, so I'm now repositioning because they have the upper hand now. They're coming from everywhere. I jump down, someone's chasing me. So I'm just going to keep running, try to break line of sight as quickly as possible, jump up and over this site, and I throw down a tether. Couldn't get him down. Thankfully, Uninspired, he jumps in, try to get Howlett down, and he did a really smart decision of pulling out his shotgun. So even though unfortunately he did get tethered and we did trade, so maybe not going in and engaging when there's a tether around the corner, and you could see even behind me that Dash had also got tethered behind me. I could have come out ahead on that, but at least Howlett had the quick mindset to bust out a shotgun, knowing that I would have been close to death, probably because they were communicating the whole time, letting them know how weak I was. And again, that last clip with me getting Howlet down, the pacing of the hip firing, as well as don't have to be necessarily as accurate, I was still able to get him down as he was floating over. So that's all I wanted to say. Not only 1v3s, the tip there is kind of controlling the engagement, breaking line of sight, but then also just highlighting the last word and maybe a new way. Try it out, see if it works. Hope these tips helped, and thanks for watching. Appreciate the support.